Have you ever felt tired? Not because you worked too hard, but because you kept giving too much of yourself to people who barely noticed. You say yes when you want to say no. You stay quiet when something hurts you. You keep showing up for everyone while secretly feeling like no one shows up for you. And one day, you sit alone, staring at your phone, wondering why you feel so empty. The truth is simple. You didn't lose yourself in one big moment. You lost yourself in small moments. Every time you chose everyone else over you. And that's why learning to choose yourself is not selfish. It's survival. Most people think choosing yourself means becoming rude, cold, or selfish. But that's not what it means. Choosing yourself simply means this. You stop abandoning your own needs just to keep others comfortable. Think about it. How many times have you done something you didn't want to do just because you didn't want to disappoint someone? You agree to plans when you're mentally exhausted. You reply when you need silence. You keep saying yes because saying no feels guilty. And slowly, that guilt becomes a habit. Here's the strange part. People often say, be yourself. But the moment you actually start choosing yourself, some people get uncomfortable because they were benefiting from the version of you that always sacrificed. Many people grow up believing they have to earn love. They think being useful means being valuable.
So they become the person who is always available, always understanding, always giving. But deep down, they feel invisible. Because no matter how much they give, it never feels enough. And eventually, something inside becomes tired. Not physically, emotionally. You smile outside, but feel drained inside. You laugh with people, but still feel disconnected. Because you've spent so much time taking care of everyone else that you forgot how to take care of yourself. That's why choosing yourself matters. Because if you don't protect your peace, someone else will happily disturb it. Imagine your energy like phone battery. If your battery was at 5%, would you give your charger away to everyone else? Probably not. But emotionally, people do this every day. They keep giving time, giving attention, giving effort, until there's nothing left. And then they wonder why they feel burnt out. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, and constantly overwhelmed, you cannot truly show up for anyone. People often fear choosing themselves because they worry others will leave. And honestly, some people will. But here's something important. The people who leave when you set boundaries were usually only comfortable when you had none. And the moment you stop choosing yourself, people stop respecting your limits.
Real relationships don't punish you for having self-respect. You know what's interesting? People admire confidence. They respect independence. They notice people who know their worth. But confidence usually starts with one simple decision: choosing yourself. Not because you think you're better than others, but because you finally understand that you matter too. And that changes everything. You stop chasing people who only text when they're bored. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into places where you don't belong. You stop asking, how do I make everyone happy? And start asking, does this make me happy? That question alone can change your life. Because many people are not living the life they truly want. They're living the life that keeps everyone else comfortable. And slowly, that comfort steals their identity. Choosing yourself doesn't happen in one day. It starts small. Maybe you say no without over-explaining. Maybe you stop replying instantly. Maybe you spend time alone without feeling guilty. Maybe you stop chasing people who never chase you back. Small decisions, big change. And yes, choosing yourself feels uncomfortable at first because you're breaking old habits. You're teaching your mind that your feelings matter too. But slowly, something shifts. You stop needing everyone's approval. You stop overthinking every message. You become calmer. Because peace begins the moment you stop betraying yourself. That's the real power of choosing yourself. It gives you freedom. Freedom from guilt. Freedom from pressure. Freedom from pretending. At the end of the day, people will always have opinions. Some will say you changed, and maybe you did, because the old version of you survived by pleasing everyone. But the new version respects their own peace. So if you've been waiting for permission to put yourself first, this is it. You don't need to apologize for protecting your mental space. You don't need to feel guilty for choosing what feels right for you, because your life is not meant to be spent proving your worth to everyone. Your life is meant to be lived. And sometimes the strongest form of self-love is finally refusing to abandon yourself.